In this video, we're going to go through 6 ways to get a narcissist to respect you. Right? In this video, we're going to share at least 6 ways to get a narcissist to show you respect. But before I do, there's one important thing you need to know about narcissists. They don't actually respect anyone. They respect things. Just so we're clear. Narcissists respect things like power, money, maybe looks, intelligence, status. These are all things that a narcissist might respect. It probably seems like they respect some people, but if you dig a little bit deeper into that aspect, they respect the people who they think have the things that they want. When you really delve into it, you can see that they don't actually respect people by the way they talk about them when they are not around. The narcissist is deeply jealous of the person because they think that that person doesn't deserve to have the things that the narcissist respects, if that makes sense. So only the narcissist deserves it. And so they may want to align themselves with the person who has the things they respect, in that they can look like respect. And so the article in this video, we're going to talk about how to get the narcissist to act like they respect you. And you guessed it, it's only by acting like they have the things that the narcissist wants. And I want to make it clear that in this video, I'm not talking about going out and renting a Lamborghini, getting plastic surgery, or anything that takes you away from being your true, authentic self. But what I'm talking about here is going to become at least presenting an image of a person that a narcissist would show respect to. If you're with me still. If you're with me. The first and probably most important thing to do is to exclude confidence. They exclude confidence, even if you're not feeling confident. For you'll go ahead and look up some tips on showing how to be confident, because this one is really important. Narcissists target people who don't have the confidence because their abuse works by cutting down their sense of self-worth and self-esteem. If you feel like you're already partly there, then it's an easier job for them. They're going to target the people who might not have the confidence to stop the narcissist in their tracks and stop their nonsense. This one could be a little bit tricky, especially if you have let the narcissist get away with it before. But in order to get the narcissist to respect you, no matter what you do, you have to be confident. You have to at least project that confidence out of you, and this works really well with a narcissistic boss or co-worker. It's a little bit tickler. It's when the narcissist is a parent, you can see every day, or a spouse, but you still see it's still possible that in these cases, I would just say work on that confidence a little bit more gradually. Make subtle changes over time. Confidence is number one. Be confident. The second tip I have for you today is going to be more mysterious, and this tip is about taking emotions out of things. No, not sharing your emotions with a narcissist. I mean, we talk about this all the time because emotions are really what the narcissist uses to trigger you and abuse you, essentially. That's what they're doing. The more you can take your emotions and your ego out of things, the better off you'll be. Now, this might sound like a grey rock, but it's actually a little bit different. Grey rock is about becoming super boring to a narcissist, becoming as boring as a grey rock. Who cares about the grey rock, right? But in order to be successful with the grey rock, you have to drastically change your approach with the narcissist, and that can trigger the narcissist and make them think that they're losing control over you, and then they're going to go into reactive mode. And if you're looking to get a narcissist to respect you, that's not where we want to be right now. Instead of completely changing your tone and making the narcissist, changing your tone with the narcissist and your demeanor, be sure to stay yourself and just keep the emotions out of it so far. Let's just you say you normally share that you have a bad day with a narcissist. You normally have a bad day. Something happened that upset you, and you might talk all about it with them. When you want to become more mysterious, you're not going to do that. You're going to just act like you aren't having any more bad days, if that makes sense. Everything is just going your way, and everything's going to be fine. Everything's rosy. Everything's all good. There's nothing to talk about. Nothing at all, really. That's number two. The third tip I have is for you is to get a narcissist to show you respect. It might be a little bit difficult depending on who you're dealing with, but it is to show them respect, because no matter who you're dealing with, it's going to be really difficult, maybe impossible, to get their respect or get them to show you respect if you are being disrespectful, if they're being disrespectful to you. So even though you may want to give them a piece of your mind and tell them off, even though they may fully deserve that, if you want the narcissist to show respect, this is a time when you are going to hold back on that, basically. Hold back on that. It's not going to be easy. None of this is easy. The fourth sign is to hold your boundaries, even when it seems that the narcissist is throwing a fit about it. This one does not work instantly, but it does work if you are consistent over time. Essentially, you're training the narcissist to respect you. Now, remember that we were going to be a little bit more mysterious and not share our feelings with the narcissist, and that is going to include your feelings about their behavior. This one can be a little bit tricky because that sounds like you're just becoming a doormat to the narcissist, right? And I would absolutely not suggest that at all. You don't need to bow down to the narcissist, but instead of having the conversation about how their words or actions are hurting you and making you feel, you can use boundaries to communicate that you're just not going to put up with it anymore. There's no need for a conversation. You treat me this way and I walk away. That's it, simple. That's it, straightforward. The fifth way to get a narcissist to show you respect is to starve them from empathy. Now, if you may have given them an opportunity to share with you, even more overshare, to emotionally dump on you, basically, this is the time to stop doing that. Again, this is a little bit of a tightrope because you're going to show the narcissist respect in the same way that you would want them to show you respect. You're not going to be rude about shutting them down, but you just not going to be the audience for whatever emotional support or emotional show that they have going on at the time. Here, I would recommend politely excusing yourself. This is where the time limits work really well. You may allow them to tell you what's going on with them and just give them 5 minutes time limit, so you're not going to get wrapped up in or drawn into whatever mess they've got going on. The next tip I have for you is to stop people pleasing. Stop people pleasing. If you are doing so at all, stop. Do not ask how you can make the narcissist's life easier. Don't ask what you can do for them. And if they ask you for a favour, seriously consider whether it's in your best interest to do it. You can still help the narcissist if you feel that it's in your best interest to do so. But just make sure that's not the default and that you're not putting yourself out to make them happy. And this also includes listening to them emotionally dump on you. If you've had a bad day, we all know what it's like when you are just fine and someone comes in and with a dark cloud over their head and they're just dumping all their shit and negativity onto you, and maybe anger and sadness, and it's kind of just like, well, they've got a bucket and they're like, well, I'm here. You take it, especially If you're a people pleaser, right, especially if you're a people pleaser, and especially if you're a highly empathetic person, you may be in the habit of taking that bucket, but when all is said and done, you walk away feeling much worse. You just feel this heavy energy over you, and that's not fair on you. This is it. This is another way that we end up people pleasing, and it's something that has to stop. Has to stop if you want the narcissist to respect you. Now, for me, this next one may be difficult for some of you, maybe all of you. But if you want a narcissist to show you respect, you have to let them win sometimes, or at least let them think that they're winning. When you force boundaries with a narcissist and you start cutting them off from supply, you end up walking a little bit of a tightrope, and you may end up triggering the narcissist a little bit. And if you want the narcissist to respect you, it's probably because you still have to deal with this person in some capacity. We really don't want to send them, the narcissist, over the edge. We don't want to send them over the edge. We don't want them seeking revenge or going on a smear campaign. That's not respect, is it? That's not respect at all. We just let them win. Let them be in charge. Let them think they've got control. People find this really difficult. But it's the best way of doing things. Give them the control, give it to them, and let them hang themselves. Now, if you're dealing with a narcissist and you're dealing with an ex, whether it could be a narcissist or someone with narcissistic behaviours, or someone who might just be a bit of a wanker, and you're in a relationship and you've got children, you're going through family courts, give me a shout, we can support, and always happy to help. Peace and love, look after yourselves, look after yourselves.